One thing about our firm culture that's great is we do encourage a healthy work-life balance. We all work hard. I mean, we know what our goals are, what we want to hit, and we know what needs to get done for us to stay above water. But, we all go to lunch together frequently. We will, me and some of the associates and a couple of the partners will occasionally go golfing. We put an emphasis on that type of thing. I'm probably not the best to speak on this, but especially with a new kid. But I think number one is knowing your limits. I think that's what I've learned over the years is, there's the law of diminishing returns, right? So I can stay and I can be late and I can be tired and working on X, Y, and Z. But if I'm real tired and I'm not invested in it and I'm not doing a good job, then I'm just going to make twice as much work for myself as I would have if I would have just said, you know what, it's due tomorrow, but I'm going to get a good night's sleep and I'm going to come in early and work on it then. And I'm going to be refreshed and it's going to take me half of the time that it should ordinarily take me. So just one is knowing your limits, knowing when is too much and when you need to call it quits. Number two is, I think, making life or work-life balance a priority. I am good about having a lot of different hobbies. So I like to hunt. I like to fish. I like to be down at the lake. I love watching sports. I love to travel, things like that. And I think you have to be, especially in a profession that just never stops. That's not unique to the law field. A lot of people in the business world have professions that never stop. And if they never stop, there's no end game. You accomplish one task, you're on right to the next task. If that's the case, you have to be really intentional about, okay, these are the things I like. I owe it to myself to make space for those things. And I owe it to myself to be intentional about, if I like to go fishing, I'm going to take a half day off every so often to go fishing. And I need to put that in my calendar and I need to be intentional about that. Because if it's just a thought, well, I should go fishing more, then it's just never going to happen because it's never going to be executed on. So yeah, intentionality and making that a priority is probably number two. And then number three is I think everybody should travel. I think that's a really cool thing that needs to be part of everyone's life because it's refreshing and it opens you up to how different people in different places live. And maybe it's not that way for everybody, but it invigorates me when I travel. Now, obviously this is pre-pandemic. I don't travel anywhere right now, but before the pandemic and before what we were dealing with, travel was really important to my wife and I's life. And just, planning to go to really cool places and see really cool things and meeting really cool people is just something that kind of refreshes us, resets us, and I think everybody should do it. So for me, I think travel is a really important thing.